Oh my god, it's only round the corner. I'm gonna smash that big fat Thor's head in.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
Hold on. You're not even the same Thor. You're slimmer.
I am the god of thunder.
What, his apprentice?
I'm warning you, peasant.
Okay, in your posh voice, Thor. Well, have you got a hammer? What's it made out of? Sponge? The silence is getting pretty awkward now. I think you're great. We have waited so long for this game, and I'm sure you are just as hyped for me, so that is why I had to do this video. So we need to run through these 10 things you need to know about God of War Ragnarok. Number 10. God of War Ragnarok will take place a few years after the 2018 game. Atreus is now a teenager and he is a completely different person from the start of the first game. Ragnarok is upon us and the winter is showing up a lot earlier than expected. Atreus, aka Loki, wants to know more about himself and who he is, and he also wants to stop Ragnarok.
I just want answers.
Kratos wants nothing to do with it and wants to just be left alone.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
Yeah, Kratos is not too popular.
A beast.
This game will be the last in the Norse saga and it will bring it to an end. I'm super upset about this. As we go along in the story, the Norse gods will want revenge on Kratos and Atreus, so we have to wait a little longer to see what happens. The game is said to take around 20 to 40 hours, which is perfect. And I'm sure if you want to collect all the little collectibles, the trophies, it will take to the longer end of 40 hours. Number 9. There are going to be some new characters in the game, some old ones from the previous game, but also some new ones. We have Mimir returning, which I cannot wait to hear so many more of his stories. He's such a knowledgeable guy, and I didn't even realize he warned us about Ragnarok in the first game.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok.
We have the duo brothers with Sindri and Brock, who will obviously be there to strengthen our garments, weapons, and help us out with upgrades. We have a new character called Durlin, and you meet him in the realm of the dwarves. I've been looking online to see who this character is and what he's about, and there's been a few theories. He could just be a simple merchant, or even some people are saying he could be Odin in disguise. I think he could be a merchant to upgrade our shield or shields that we get a hold of, as we get some very interesting new abilities. We have Angrboda, who popped up in the end of the trailer, and originally Angrboda is originally the wife of Loki, but this is obviously not the case, as Santa Monica like to take these characters and make them their own. I think she'll be more of a guide, just like Freya was in the first game. I reckon she's going to help us out a hell of a lot. We have Freya returning, and our relationship is going to be completely different from the first game. She is out for blood after we did save her from her son, who was trying to kill her, but there's no gratitude in today's world. How does she thank us?
I don't want to fight anyone.
We have Thor, who is completely different from the one that's in my house.
Human, you know what I can do.
Oh. This one is completely different. He is a psychopathic brute, just like Kratos was in the older games. It's brilliant to see these gods in a different light because they are arrogant killers. And you just know Thor is going to be brutal. He's not going to be like the Marvel guy.
The god of thunder!
We have Odin, who we got only a little glimpse of in the trailer, and I'm just wondering, what is he going to be like in the game? I haven't researched too much about Odin because I want to refrain from getting any spoilers online. We've seen a lot of Tyr, the Norse god of war, who seems like he's going to be an ally for a short amount of time at least. I'm just wondering, are the trailers trying to deceive us? Because it looks like Tyr's going to be a good guy, but at the same time, will we eventually turn, or will he eventually betray us and then we're going to have to kill him as well? Don't know. We have Skull and Hat, or Hati. I'm not really sure, so apologies with the names. We saw the two wolves, Skull and Hati, in the end trailer. That was epic. In Norse mythology, Skull chases the sun, which we saw, and Hat, or Hati, chases the moon. That scene just got me speechless. Now I assume they are the same walls that are helping us traverse the world, but I'm not entirely sure because Santa Monica confirmed on their Twitter how good are these girls, Specky and Svanna. So I am super confused right now, so if anyone wants to help me out, make sure you comment it below. We saw the one and only Fenrir in the cinematic trailer and it looks like he wasn't happy to see us. But I am wondering, could he be a potential ally because of his sons, Skull and Hut, who are seen assisting us? So I'm thinking the cinematic trailer was there to throw us off. I might be entirely wrong, but he might be because Fenrir hates the Norse gods. So really, we're going to be friends.
Remember this.
Good doggy. I also read up that Jormungandr, oh, mate, I'm trying. I'm really trying. I also read up that the snake will be there in the game, but concept art shared by Santa Monica Studios show the world serpent frozen under the ice. The area around the serpent is cracked, so I'm assuming the snake can still move around. Number 8. There are some new weapons to be excited about and with some very cool upgradable abilities. We also have the Lethean axe and our blades of chaos, which can now be infused with a freezing power to our axe and a fire power on our blades of chaos, which I will talk about more in the gameplay section. Shields have been totally revamped, and instead of having just one shield, we will have a variety throughout the game. The Dauntless and Stonewall shields have been revealed, which is so damn cool. The Dauntless shield looks absolutely crazy because if you parry perfectly, you will then get a boost and your shield will turn red, which will allow you to then attack enemies and stun them. The Stonewall shield, you'll be able to absorb energy, and as it absorbs, you build up your energy, which is then used to knock enemies back. There are also going to be some amazing skills and abilities that we can upgrade. If there's any I haven't mentioned, then make sure you let me know. And sorry if I sound a bit different, I've got a bit of a cold, I've been ill, but we have to get this video out. Number 7. Now I saw on Twitter that people were saying God of War looks like a PS4 game. You could tell it's a PS4 game. Why are we so spoiled, for God's sake? I thought I said sweetener.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. In Asgard, we only have Asgardian spice.
That's not good enough.
God, these spoiled humans.
The gameplay is more of a refinement from 2018, which I am satisfied with, just a bit more improvements, but the same. I don't care, I just want more of it. Developers did say they want to give the players much more choice, so there is one major improvement to the triangle button. Originally it was used to call back your axe, but now you can infuse both your Lethean axe and the blades of chaos. Another major change in the gameplay is the way Kratos traverses the world. He can use his blades of chaos to attach to a ledge, then he can pull himself towards it and attack enemies. So there is a lot more vertical movement in the game, which is what we really needed from the first. I thought they would put a jump button in the game, but I don't think they have, because how the game simply works, I don't think this is possible. But seeing some of this combat footage, it just looks a lot more fluid. Attaching to a ledge with quick pace and then diving down and using a combo to smash the shit out of enemies. Also, the lake is frozen over, so unlike the first game where we used the boat across the water, we'll be using Specky and Svanna to help us travel along the ice, which looks very, very cool. Or Skull and Hut. I'm not sure who they are, but you know what I mean. We'll still be able to use a boat in higher climate areas, but for the majority, we'll be using the sled with our trusty dogs. Number 6. The weapons we get in the game will be the axe and the blades of chaos. I have a theory, this will be such an opportunity missed if we don't get to wield Thor's hammer. I reckon we will. I'm calling it. I reckon we beat Thor and we become worthy. That would be so cool. Why is it in the collector's edition, which I bought off my mate for more money and now I'm in debt? Before we go on, I just want to shout out KIWI HOME because they sent me an amazing PS5 accessory. KIWI HOME sent me this amazing stand for my PS5, which currently comes in white. It's the same company that sent me this cooling attachment that keeps your PS5 cool with 2 different settings. You can easily replace your current stand, and with this new one, you will add 3 USB ports to the front of your PlayStation with an additional fan to keep your PS5 even cooler. Or you can leave it off if you like. But what's even cooler is that you are able to open up both sides of the stand and you can play some games on the left hand side and 2 controllers on the right hand side, which charges them up. This just makes me want to stay home on the weekends and just game all day. Who needs a life? Link is in the description below to buy one of these cool stands and help out the channel. Number 5. Unlike the first game, the enemies did become a little bit repetitive, but in this one we are not going to have that problem. It's also been confirmed that the old locations from the first game will have new enemies and it will feel a lot more refreshed when we come back to those areas. Enemies will get harder as we progress throughout the game. The most common enemy is back with the Droga, which are found in the Norse realms. We have the Light Elves, and since the 2018 game, they have taken more of a warrior approach. We have the Hellwalkers, which are souls who are unable to rest and enter the afterlife because of Odin breaking the balance between the realms by corrupting the Valkyries. We have this insane Dreki, some massive crocodile that nearly swallowed up Kratos. We also have the Stalkers that are humanoid warriors that look insane. Looks like the guy from Harry Potter. We have the Berserkers, who are also humanoid warriors that worshipped Odin. Nightmares were super annoying for some reason in the first game, and I'm not sure if it was because of them or the way Atreus would just get flipping so over enthusiastic. But for me, the most frightening enemy that I've seen in the trailer so far is the corrupted Valkyries.
Pretender God! For the Old Father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
Christ and Mist, who will take on Kratos in the trailer like we saw, looks flipping epic. Now, I may have missed some enemies out, so let me know because there's just so much information out there and I was probably too excited when I was scripting this video. Also, guys, if you want to help out the channel, I'm also at Buy Me a Coffee, where you can become a follower and a supporter. I post daily on there, and even though I only have one supporter, I want to shout out C-Cone, who bought me a coffee, and I just want to welcome him to the community. I will speak to you more on a one-to-one level at Buy Me a Coffee. I will give you daily updates to my daily life, and I also will tell you what my next YouTube videos are going to be before they arrive. And I'm also going to ask your advice what I should do in my next videos. Head over to Buy Me a Coffee. Number 4, we will be able to access all 9 realms, and in the first game we only had access to 6. The ones we couldn't get access to was Vanheim, the Dwarves realm, Svartalfheim. I'm so sorry, guys. And of course, Asgard, which I am super excited to visit. Whether we need to go to all of these realms for the main story, or maybe some of the realms are used for side quests, we're just gonna have to wait and see. What's exciting though, that the main director, Eric Williams, did say that the ones you've seen before will now feel new again. That is so refreshing to hear and see that they're gonna feel different from the first game. And as well, there's gonna be some civilians in the game, which we didn't have in the first. Number 3, I have to talk about the music of God of War, because the first game, it was simply incredible. And this one is going to be even more incredible. It's so exciting to know that Bear McCreary returns for God of War Ragnarok. And this guy has made some incredible music for huge projects. So this guy deserves massive recognition. He's worked on projects such as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Outlander, The Walking Dead, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and more. Let's just take a moment of applause. Number 2, it has been confirmed that there will be haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, which obviously we didn't get in the first game because it was a PS4 game. On top of feeling amazing using Kratos' shields and weapons, how is it going to feel when that axe is coming back in your hand? Hoi! What else is very exciting is that we will have 60 FPS performance mode.
Phew! I was worried then.
No, I'm a bit confused.
When we heard at Asgard it was only 30 FPS. Ha! Odin was not happy.
There will also be a 4K at 30 FPS, which I will not be going for. And I did see on Twitter all the graphics modes, which I will put on the screen, that shows what is it going to be on PS5 and PS4 and PS4 Pro. There are also more than 60 accessibility options, just like The Last of Us Part 1 and Horizon Forbidden West, which is amazing for people who couldn't play the game before. Number 1. At my local game, it is $69.99 on PS5 and $59.99 on PS4. There isn't a free PS5 upgrade, so if you do buy it on PS4 and then you buy a PS5, you will have to pay the $10 or £10. On Amazon UK, it's $62.99, but at game, I'm getting the Steelbook edition. On Amazon US, it is $69.99. What do you think about the game? Is there anything I have missed out? Be sure to let me know, because there probably is something. Let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video, 10 things you need to know about Evil West on PS5. Shout out to Arav Mohan. when will you start streaming? I thought I'd let you know that I will be eventually streaming, and I said to myself, once I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll be live streaming once a week on my YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about the latest news with PlayStation and everything gaming, and just hang out. Well, it's a few days before Ragnarok comes out, and I need to start editing this video ASAP.
Well, I can help if you like.
You know what, that actually would help out a lot.
Well, great.
And why would you do that?